What's up guys, it's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And in today's video we're going to go over some upcoming news for the game. We're going to check in on our free-to-play account and just kind of go over some general items. And with that said, let's go ahead and just jump right in. We are actually looking at the Orc faction. I'm here on my main account on Raid Shadow Legends, and there's some pretty cool news coming out this week on Thursday, which is going to be January 14th. They are going to be releasing a new Fragment fusion for a new Orc legendary champion. This new champion is named Iron Brago, which is pretty hilarious because to me it's like Ivan Drago from Rocky IV, but I don't know if that's what they were going for there or not, but it's pretty humorous. Now, I don't have the actual image or information on him because that's information that's only private to people that are in the content creator program for Raid right now, which is something I am trying to get into pretty soon, hopefully. But I can kind of talk about his kit a little bit. He is going to be a defense champion. He's also going to be a spirit affinity, which is really nice because we do not have any spirit affinity orc legendaries, and we also are used to getting magic champions just about every time they do one of these fusions. So that's pretty cool. Now his kit is pretty neat too. He's going to have an A1 that's got a 20% chance to decrease the duration of all buffs on the enemy team by 1 turn. He's going to have an A2 that does an increased defense buff on his team for 3 turns, and then attacks one enemy with a 75% chance to put on a stun debuff for 2 turns. So that's a pretty good little ability there too. His A3 is going to be an AoE attack that attacks all enemies and has a 50% chance to provoke. It also places a decrease attack debuff if he has the defense up on him. So that's pretty good, and provoke abilities usually tend to hit pretty hard, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But we won't really be able to take a look at that more in depth until this coming Thursday when they actually do release his fusion. He does also have a passive that increases the defense of all allies by 10% of his defense stats. So I think he's going to be a really, really good defense champion added to the Orc faction here in the game. They don't really have too many strong defense champions, especially for faction wars. And you guys know me, I love HP and I love defense champions because they're so easy to build. So probably have a little bit of fun with him. I am planning on doing the fusion on my main account, and I'm also going to maybe go for it on the free-to-play, which we'll talk about when we jump over to the free-to-play account. But again, that is going to be Thursday the 14th. We'll have that new Fragment fusion in the game, and if you guys aren't really sure how that works, basically these tournaments and events that you normally would do just to get rewards, they'll have fragments of the new champion in them, depending on where they are. Sometimes they're placed at the bottom, in the middle, sometimes the first row. You'll be able to get usually 5 or 10 fragments at some point in these events, and also from the tournaments. And you just have to build up to 100 fragments to get the fragment summon. You can kind of see here some of the ones they've had in the past, like Krila, some of the Doom Tower champions as well. There's Drokal, there's Elgato. We actually did get both of them. We did miss out on Krila, unfortunately, but we also got Bergoth the Malformed. So the last couple of Fragment fusions we've been able to do pretty easily. I actually prefer those more than the normal fusions where you have to get the champions in such a short period of time. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Now, the other big news that they did announce is that patch 3.2 is coming, I believe also this Thursday, and that is going to change your champion capacity. You will now be able to take that up to 300 slots. 200 is currently the maximum capacity for your main champions. They did not say anything about increasing vault space, so I don't believe they're doing anything there. You're just going to be able to go all the way up to 300 champion slots now for your main slots. And then they are also going to increase the artifact space from 700. They're not doing any of the glyphs, but the artifact space will be going from 700 up to 1,000. So you will be gaining quite a bit of extra inventory there. That's a change a lot of the in-game players have been asking for, a lot of the content creators have been asking for. Me personally, as you can see, I'm not even anywhere near my capacity in either my vault or my main champions or my gear. And that's mainly because I don't pull that many shards, and I don't tend to hang on to champions that I don't think I'm going to use. You know, everyone will say hang on to your bad epic champions, keep them in the vault. To me, as someone who's often lacking for resources, those epic champions usually just become 4-star chickens. Because the way I look at it is, I don't have a lot of resources to spend on the game, so if I have something I can use, it's going to get used. And if, you know, maybe I miss out on an epic that gets buffed later on, but it hasn't been the case so far. So I know that's going to be a great change for a lot of people. For me, it's kind of like, cool, you know, maybe someday we'll get there and be at that end game where we'll fill up all those champion spots. But right now, I don't really see that happening anytime soon. Anyways, that was kind of the news I wanted to get out of the way first. You know, actually, something else I was going to talk about too. I noticed something a little interesting on the Doom Tower this time around. Just going into my clan, it's like, you know, we have a full clan. No one's really doing it this time. You know, and I noticed even over here, like, a couple people have gone up, you know, to 50 and 60. I know the Scarab King this time is a little bit more difficult. They did buff the bosses. So I believe their accuracy and the resistance got buffed a little bit, but it just doesn't really seem like, you know, too many are really doing Doom Tower on the second go around. And, you know, I may do a separate video talking about that a little bit, where, as I've said many times before, I just don't feel like the rewards are enticing enough. After you've done it through one time, you're probably kind of like, that's cool. Maybe go through it again for the Void Shard, but other than that, it's, you know, there's so much other stuff to be focusing on right now. It's kind of difficult to dedicate a lot of time to that content, but that's something I'll talk about in another video. Anyways, that's going to do it for the raid news. Let's hop on over to the free-to-play account, and we'll take a look at what's going on over there. Alright guys, we're back over here on the free-to-play account now, and as you can see, we are at day 122 on this account. I've already logged in and grabbed the 200,000 silver for today, and you can see our next login champion at day 150 is going to be the Lordly Legionary, who is a pretty solid Fire Knight champion for you if you do not have really too many other characters. And he's got this really cool looking fire sword, which is pretty neat. We did just get Dark Elaine the other day, which was pretty nice, but we're kind of progressing along pretty good. You'll notice here we have a bunch of energy saved up. I've already done all my daily quests today already, because I'm kind of in a minimalist mode on this account right now with the fusion being announced for Thursday. What I've been doing since they came out with the news is basically saving all my energy. I've just been logging in to get to the 60-minute mark and basically get that energy refill, and we're just kind of saving all of our energy up on the top here, so that when that fusion does come out on Thursday, we'll be able to kind of go after any of the events. So things you want to kind of think about if you're on a free-to-play account and you're thinking about doing or trying to go into one of these fusions and actually work on it, is you want to try to save some brews. Obviously we've been using a lot of ours, so we don't have too much there. And then also, you know, you can see here we don't have any chickens at all, because on this account I've been trying to level up champions as quickly as possible, so we've been using all of our chickens and things. But you kind of want to save your chickens and save your brews if you can for whenever they announce a fusion event. That way you're kind of prepared to do some of the events that come up through it. But you can kind of see on the left here, we've gone through and we have actually started to build up a couple of food champions that we can just feed to level up and do what will probably be a champion training tournament, I'm sure. So we're kind of just getting ready to start moving some of these 3 stars up and start building some food to build a couple more 5 stars. So that's kind of where we are. There, top of the roster is looking pretty much the same with our main 5, and then we did pick up Sylar off of the Christmas Void Shard that Plarium gave us, so that was pretty cool. I've actually went ahead and put some gear on her finally, so she's at 183 speed, which is pretty decent for what we have on our account right now at this point. Her accuracy needs to come up quite a bit, but that's stuff we're just going to have to work on. For the content we're going to be using her in right now, she's going to work pretty well, mostly for dungeons, and we're going to start running the Spider soon, since we do have Infernal Baroness in a pretty good spot, and we also do have Banshee and Apothecary, and we'll probably run possibly Ragnar with them. We got a couple other options here. Now, one really cool thing today, I got my weekly quest finished. I went ahead and yeeted the Ancient Shard, and it actually popped Prince Kymar. So that was pretty surprising. He is our 4th legendary on this account, and it looks like he's going to become our arena lead once we get him built up, because he does have a 30% arena speed aura. I remember the other day we did a video on Haikatoon talking about her. All battle speed aura, well, he has one that's specific just to the arena, and it's very, very good. 30% speed boost is going to be awesome. I haven't really taken a look at the rest of his kit. He does have an attack all with a poison debuff with a critical hit. Removes all enemies' buffs and places a sleep debuff for 1 turn. So 2 all AoE attacks is pretty awesome. And then this Seal of Magic resets the cooldowns of all ally skills is pretty awesome. So this guy's kit is pretty awesome for Arena. I'm looking forward to building him. Now, I haven't started working on him yet, mainly because, again, I want to wait to see if there's a champion training event or tournament with his fusion that's coming up, because you get more points usually for leveling up legendaries. So that's why he's still level 1. We haven't started leveling him up yet, but he is definitely going to be a fun project for us to work on here. And another really solid pull on this account. I mean, I can't complain about how the roster pulls have gone on this free-to-play. We've been very, very fortunate to get a pretty solid roster of champions going. Now we just need to start working on the gear for them. That's the only real problem we've been having. So that's kind of where we're at on the free-to-play. The one other issue we are running into is the arena is suddenly difficult again. So I had made it all the way up to gold 2, almost gold 3 on this account, but then it reset. It knocked me back down into gold 1, and today I just got attacked by everybody, and it knocked me back all the way into silver 4, and we're actually almost back into silver 3. You can just take a look at the page we're looking at here, just some of these teams that were faced. Really, hardly any of these we could even attempt to fight and win. So it appears that Arena is back to usual, which is unfortunate. Like, we'll go ahead and refresh just because we had a free one. You can see here, it's like every team, they're just stacked. Legendaries. It's just going to be really difficult to progress from this point forward on the Arena, which is really a shame because we were chugging along there pretty good. And you really do need to be up in gold farming those metals so you can build up your Great Hall. So you can see here where our metals are running a little bit low, so we're going to be stuck in silver now for a little while, which is unfortunate. And it's probably going to stall out our Great Hall progress a little bit, which is frustrating. But that's one of the things when you're playing this game. It's like there's so many things to work on, and Great Hall is tied in so much to your account progress, so it gets kind of annoying when things like that happen. But even on my main account in gold 4, it's getting tougher and tougher to stay in gold 4, so I think they're slowly weeding out the bot teams that aren't really bots according to Plarium, but it looks like things are returning to normal in the arena, and that could cause some problems for people going forward when they're trying to progress through their missions and progress to their Great Hall. So that may be something we talk about in a different video, but I just wanted to highlight that real quick on the free-to-play account, that we are having a little bit of a struggle now going through the arena. But that's pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. Just wanted to touch on some of the news with the new patch and the artifact storage increasing and the champion storage increasing, along with the new fusion champ, which we're going to be going after on both the free-to-play account and the main account. So stay tuned. We'll probably go in on Thursday, take a look at the new champion, just take a look at his kit a little more in detail and see what he looks like. So that'll be kind of cool. As always, guys, if you have any questions about anything in the video, feel free to leave it down below in the comments. Hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you again next time.